So as usual, when we get to a math question, we first define all our elements in our head. But we've got, oh golly, let's delete that. And this is just your basic knowledge, your basic understanding stuff. So we'll make that pink. We like pink for basic understanding stuff. So we've got kilometers. We've got meters. Okay. So now, what is a meter? How do we define a meter? Okay, so you're looking at it like only only in terms of referring to each other? Is that... But then, okay, so it's a unit of measurement. What is a unit of measurement? That a meter is a unit of measurement smaller than a kilometer and bigger than a what? Okay, I'm going to pull a Plato at you, and I'm going to say, I present you with a decimeter, a hectometer, a decameter. Therefore, your definition falls flat. Okay, because our definition always needs to be very, very specific. Okay, so let's look at the word meter. Where was I? I do believe I had one. That's not even how you spell it, Marinus. Okay, so meter is a basic unit of length adapted under the Systeme International units approximately, and it's approximately 1.094 yards. So that's a meter. Okay, so another definition is it's a fundamental unit of length of the metric system. Ooh, metric system. It's originally intended to be 1/10 millionth of the length of the quadrant of the meridian. Okay, that's where it comes from. And it comes from the French meter, and from the Greek metron, which is to measure, and from pi root me, which is to measure. Okay, so that's a meter. But now let's look at other things you said. You said kilometer. So a kilometer is a metric unit of length equal to 1,000 meters. Okay. The thing is, when you use meter, which is the most basic unit of length, and you define meter according to the things that are dependent on it, centimeter depends on a meter, kilometer depends on a meter. When you use meter to define the things that depend upon it, then you haven't understood the meter part, right? Okay. on a very basic philosophical level. Okay. So a meter is the most basic measurement. So the meter is like our standard. Okay. So if we were going to go to kilometers, so from meters to kilometers, we're going to say a kilo is how much? 1,000. Okay. What about a centi? 100. So does that mean that 100 meters is a centimeter? Okay. So 100 centimeters is a meter. So let's look at that quickly. We're going to look at centimeter quickly. I am aware that this is a bizarre way of looking at maths, but as I'm sure you saw the other day, it actually makes a huge difference to understanding. A centimeter is a metric unit of equal length to 1/100th of a meter. So we have the 100 because centi, by the way, comes from the Latin centum, which is 100. Okay. And meter comes from the French meter, as we had. And so that means a centimeter is 1/100th of a meter. Okay. Do you want to jump into a bit of history here? If you want. Okay. So let's look at first definitions. Of meter and centimeter. So we know the centimeter came in 1801. Let's just quickly look at meter. Meter was the Systeme International de Units. I don't know what that is. Let's check that out. I wonder if there's a Wikipedia plugin. Do you think there is? Units. Is the modern form of the metric system and the world's most widely used system of measurement, coordinated by the International Bureau of Weights and Measures. The SI comprises a coherent system of units of measurement, starting with 7 base units, which are the second. So we look at the 7 base symbols, we'll look at that. But that's the SI. Okay, that makes sense. I should have known that probably. Then we're looking at meter. We're looking at the origin of meter. Let's do Wikipedia. This is actually very, very cool. What gives you that introductory part? Yeah. So the meter was originally defined in 1791 by the French National Assembly as 1/10 millionth of the distance from the equator to the North Pole along a great circle. Like around the world, there's like that great circle, the meridian. And so the meter was 1/10 millionth. Okay. So the Earth's polar circumference is approximately 40,000 kilometers. Okay. I'm kind of bored with that deep dive now, so let's just jump into the actual question. So change 0.56 kilometers into meters. Okay. So to get from kilometers to meters, okay, 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. Okay. So if I want to take 0.56 kilometers, I would kind of just need to multiply it by 1,000. So I take 0.56 times 1,000. That would give me the meters, right? Yeah. So, Elsie, you might find this interesting. Let's look at this. So we've got 0.56. 0.56 6 times 1,000. Oh, that's too many zeros. So we know that 1,000 is 10 times 10 times 10, right? Okay, so we've got 0.56. 0.56 times 10 is going to become 5.6 times 10 times 10. And 5.6, that's 56 times 10. And then we've got 560. And so therefore, 0, we should put lots of equals there, actually. And then this we would actually usually put underneath. So it would be 560 meters. That would be our final answer. Yes, LT.
I can't believe